What's up everybody, this is Forgo, and today we are going to test the new 7 Nights collab cards in Guild Raid to see as to whether or not that extra darkness damage is really going to help you. You know, is it worth really pulling those cards? But before we get into that, the first thing I want to mention is today is the last day for this Copa's event. So make sure that, I'm going to craft here, make sure that you do craft your purple boxes to hopefully get some rubies or whatever, because this is the last day for this. Also, in the Carnival here, I did go ahead and finish all this. We'll go ahead and collect all these things. I mean, this is a lot of goodness, guys. You got a lot of gold. You got the capsules here. I mean, it's just imprint stone. It's a mystery box, but still, gold memory selection box. Hammers, very, very nice. Really cool that they gave all this for free. Okay, let's get out of here. Now, something I want to mention from the last video is I made a big mistake in that last video. Whenever I was explaining how to do the Carnival, in the exchange shop here, I actually was deleting those Swimsuit Mary option cards, which was not a very bright idea. Those things offer a lot of extra gold gain, and they're not in here, but they offer a lot of extra gold gain, and that was really silly of me to do that. I should have been paying attention. So anytime you're going to change your cards, make sure that you look at the option that they have, click on it. Make sure you click on it, see what their option is, and see if it's useful. You know, this card and the other cooler card with the skill cooldown are very important, but there might be another card that you might find useful. And I should have mentioned that in that last video, and I do apologize for that. That was actually a pretty big mistake on my part. So, but it is what it is. We all make mistakes, and yeah, we got to live with those mistakes. But I wanted to let y'all know that that was silly, and you should always check your stats on your cards before you exchange them. Now let's go into the Guild Raid. Okay, make sure my guild buff's up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go on expert here, because that's where darkness is really applicable. And I'm not going to try to finish Guild Raid. I'm not going to try to get through it or anything like that. We just want to see if these cards really help. So Psyche is going to be our darkness dealer, right? And right now I have the KS set on him, which really helps him. It's an ideal set for this guy. And we also have this option card that increases burn and darkness damage by 25%. And it also gives a little extra crit rate. So you would think with this card it would actually help. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 different runs. We're going to see how long it takes Psyche to take down the darkness meter of Rugal, because when I looked at that card set that actually offers, let's go down here. When I looked at this card set that actually offers this increased shock darkness damage by 75% and active skill damage by 23%, and all these cards offer extra attack is 21% extra attack, I want to know, does it really help here? Now there is an immortal dungeon that I believe darkness also applies, and it might be more useful there, but we're going to see how it is in Guild Raid, because that immortal dungeon just isn't available right now. So I'm going to jump in here, and we're just going to run this until that meter goes. We're going to see how long it takes to take down that meter. Hopefully the game doesn't crash, because it likes to do that on this. And we're going to test it with that option card, and we're going to test without the option card. Alright, here we go. Okay, we're going to wait. We're going to wait. I'll go over here. There we go. And we just keep applying that blackness. Alright, here we go. And boom. So a minute 34. A minute 34, right? So we'll have to remember that. A minute 34. Now we're going to take that option card off. Now the thing about not having the option card is we're going to increase our cooldown. We're going to be able to rotate through our skills more often. So we'll take this off. We'll give him another defensive option card here with cooldown. There we go. We'll put this on him. Okay, now let's see what we do here. Now we actually lost CP doing this as well. We lost a little over 1,000 CP. So let's see how we do now. So a minute 34, that's the time to beat. And if it beats it, then you know that that option card really isn't helping you that much, at least in this game mode. Get away from him. Over here. There we go. Alright, here we go. You really gotta watch old Rugal here because he can really... And let's hit our... There we go. Now it looked like we just hit a minute 34 there. So about a minute 34. So it's pretty much about the same. Pretty much about the same time. So you're not really gaining anything from having that option card. And I've actually done this test quite a few times before I was making this video. And I was getting the same exact outcome. So I think really that, at least for this event, for the guild raid, you don't need that option card. Now, let's throw on this set. Now, I realize that Psyche is a defensive character. I realize that. And really that KS set really bumps him up because of the KS stats. Now, if you take a look at these things, if you take a look at these, I mean, they increase attack equal to 45% of defense. So, and obtains 10% additional attack for 30 seconds. Remember also that the KS set is a fest set, so you just have naturally higher CP than what you're going to have from the collab set. But we're going to test it again. We're just going to test with this option card again, and we're going to test with the collab card. They're all maxed out. So a minute 34 is the time to beat. And one of the reasons I wanted to test with Psyche is because his striker bonus really sucks as far as blackness. Lady Geese's and Halloween Chris's are really good. Okay, get over here. We're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Go over here. Okay, here we go. Get on the other side of him. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Hit the tier 3. Or tier 3. Hit the ultimate skill. You can see right now that it just really doesn't seem to be really making much of a difference. It actually took us a little bit longer, but you can make the argument that maybe with a little bit better run, it would be about a minute 34. So we're not really seeing a big difference. So we'll take that option card off again and see if that helps. Okay, so let's take this option card off again. We'll put a defensive card on him. Go. Now let's see what he does. I mean, really that collab set, I mean, this is really what you'd want it for, but the thing is, it doesn't seem like it's really helping, at least in Psyche's case.
Ready? Start.
Oh crap, get over here. Get over here, get over here, get over here, get over here, whoa. Now this is kind of the bad thing about this card set is let's hit the skill here. Yeah, I mean it just isn't. Yeah, I mean it's taking a long time See, this is what I'm talking about. So the Fez set proves to be stronger. So we'll do another little test here. We'll switch out Psyche and we'll put in a different character because a different character, maybe they'll do better with that set, right? So the only other characters that have blackness currently, we're going to be getting Dylan soon, but currently are Lady Geese and Halloween Chris. Now the thing about Halloween Chris, if you use him as your damage dealer, let me see if I can find him real quick. If you use Halloween Chris as a damage dealer, the bad thing about Chris, if you use him as a damage dealer, is he does have the darkness explosion, but he will remove it. That's not good. If he's removing that darkness, then you're not going to be dealing as much darkness damage to him. But so we're going to test with Lady Geese. So we'll put her in there. Now, the thing about Lady Geese is really just keeping her alive. She's only level 30 right now. She doesn't have max capsules on her. Let me see if I can throw some capsules on this girl. Some HP capsules. Or defensive capsules. That might help a little bit. So the first thing we do is we're just going to run with this Akane set. We're just going to use this set. This is the best PvE set in the game. And we're going to see how long it takes to take down that blackness. And then we'll put the collab set on her and see how she does. Now this is an attack type character. So you think, well, okay, maybe attack type with higher attack stats would really benefit from that collab set. So that's one of the reasons we're going to test this.
Ready? Start.
Okay, we're going to get over here, get over here. Get over here, get over here. And I'm just going to use her skills here. And you can see it's just really hard to keep her alive. I'm just going to keep using her skills. Because this is the only way to keep her alive is by doing this. Okay, so you saw right there, she did it in a minute 40, right? A minute 40 with the Akane set. So we'll do the same thing with the collab set. By the way, that just shows that Lady Geese is pretty awesome for this. But she has such a good striker bonus, you know, because she gives blackness based on how much attack you deal. So really, as a striker, she's pretty damn amazing. But anyways, that's a whole nother subject. Let's slap that collab set on her. Now, we've already established that that option card really isn't helping out. That, like, if it is, it's not by much. It's like barely. So I'm going to go ahead and take this thing off. And I'm just going to give her a HP card here. There we go. Okay, then we're going to come out here. So let's see what we do here. We did it in a minute 40 with Lady Geese. Let's see if we can beat that time.
The people's champ. Ready? Start.
Oh. Can you get away from him? Get away from him. Let's go. Okay, so that was about a minute 40. About a minute 40 again. So the card set just... honestly, the collab set just doesn't seem worth it. I'm not seeing much of a difference at all compared to just your Fest sets. It doesn't seem like it's really doing more blackness, more darkness at all. I mean, I tried it with an attack type character, and of course I tried with a defensive character, which I don't think would be really optimal for that set. But it just doesn't seem like we'll try it one more time. It just doesn't seem. But we did get off to a bad start, so well, you know what? We'll do it again. We did get off to a bad start. Rugal got the jump on us there at the beginning.
The people's champ. Ready? Start.
Here we go here. Over here. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, here we go. Okay, so, I mean, a minute 41, like a minute 41, minute 42. So maybe it is making a little bit of a difference. Maybe it is a little bit better. Do I think it's worth pulling for? I mean, over the course of a long fight, I mean, Geese, it would be hard for me to keep Lady Geese alive. She just isn't leveled high enough. So I guess maybe if you have an attack type character, because I don't think for defense it's just going to work, because the K set, they're just going to benefit more from. So if you're planning on using Psyche and Guild Raid, then I don't really think that collab set's worth it, unless you want to try to use that collab set for one of the immortal bosses that actually is weak to shock damage. Now that set might make a big difference, but I can't confirm that because we don't have the boss. I can't test it right now. So my conclusion is, it does seem like it helps on the attack type fighter, but it didn't help really at all on the defensive type fighter. So, you know, as to whether or not you should pull for it, it's really going to depend on the character that you want to use. But my thing is, I'm going to use Psyche. And the reason I'm going to use Psyche as my darkness damage dealer, unless Dylan doesn't have a good striker bonus, is because Lady Geese, as a striker, she just applies this darkness equal 27% attack every 1 second for 7 seconds to the target upon landing a skill, which means the more attack that your damage dealer has, whenever she comes in and strike, they're just going to be dealing that much. She applies the darkness, but they just stack up on that darkness. They just build it up based on their attack. So if you got a beefed up rock like I do, and you have Lady Geese as a striker, you're just going to do tons of darkness damage. And it's the same thing for Chris. You know, Halloween Chris, it's the same thing as Lady Geese. His striker bonus is the same thing. So they make excellent freaking strikers. Plus Chris removes blackness once he does the explosion. So that's something else to think about. If you guys want to see a run with Chris, I can do that sometime if you'd like to see. But I believe the outcome is going to be pretty much the same. I'm really hoping that Dylan is going to have the same striker bonus as Lady Geese and Chris. That way you could have 3 strikers that have that blackness based on how much attack you have. That would be freaking insane. Then you could have Psyche in the center like what I'm doing, and you'll just apply tons of blackness. Also, a quick tidbit is something else you can do. If you do have these, you know, if you have extra fest set cards, if you do exchange these cards and get you another card, if you have, you know, extra set here and get you another one, you'll get 3,000 points for that. So that's really going to help the Carnival. I didn't really bring it up because I didn't know how many people would have like fest sets lying around, but I did. So it actually worked out for me and was actually enabled me to finish up that Carnival pretty fast. So again, I do apologize for my mistake about the Swimsuit Mary card. That was really dumb on my part. But again, mistakes happen. And let me know how you're all feeling about the collab set. Do you think it's worth buying this set? And remember, you know, all these tests are not conclusive because we still have another dungeon that it is weak to shock damage. So that set might prove to be pretty useful there. And we did see there was a little bit of a difference using Lady Geese with that set versus Psyche. So let me know what characters you've gotten, what cards you've gotten. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.